Well, greetings. My name's Dean Spooner, and I have the privilege of introducing Dr. James Buckmaster to you. I've worked with him for several years now in Henderson, Kentucky with the Western Kentucky Conservative Patriots, which is now Western Kentucky Tea Party Patriots. And as a fellow colleague, I'm happy to introduce Dr. James Buckmaster. He's a 1976 graduate of Henderson County, a 1980 graduate of Brescia University. In 1984, he graduated from UK Medical Center. I think that's back when Mitch McConnell first went into office, isn't that correct? And has been a family physician in Henderson County for the last 30 years. For the last 17 years, he has owned and operated a freestanding clinic for the uninsured and underinsured in our community. His clinic provides services for the working poor in his community at 60% less than any surrounding clinic and without any government assistance or dictate. Dr. Buckmaster and his wife Marcia have been married 32 years. They have 8 children. They have homeschooled all 8 and are still working on 4 of them. Dr. Buckmaster is an advocate for life. He's been endorsed by the Kentucky Right to Life in 2010 and in 2012. He's an advocate for liberty as a staunch opponent of Obamacare and any restriction on the Second Amendment. He is an advocate for your pursuit of happiness. He believes the government should build highways and bridges and then get out of the way. Please welcome with me Dr. James Buckmaster.
Promised to make it short. Dean told me I got 5 minutes, and somebody's going to be waving a flag at me in a minute, so I might want to get in my field of vision here in just a few seconds. Can you hold this for me for a second, Dean? All right. Thank you for inviting me here. I'm Dr. James Buckmaster. I'm from Henderson, as Dean mentioned, and I've been an advocate for this Tea Party movement for many years, and I've also been an advocate for my community. And I hope to represent you someday as the Kentucky District 11 representative. The new boundaries have been drawn so that we are now moved from Henderson County to parts of western Davis County along the US 60 corridor. Can you hear me? No. Okay. Sorry. Perhaps the time has come for us to engage the Washington elites. We have agonized over what seems to be an impenetrable wall that impedes our journey towards a renewal of our republic. We come together frequently to voice our dismay over the deterioration of the values and the standards of our country. We complain of the persistent erosion of our liberty by an oppressive and overbearing ruling class of Democrats and Republicans. Amen. Neither of which manifest the least bit of remorse for the degenerate society that they have created. A ruling class who over the last 100 years has spread their tentacles into our communities, our schools, and even our own homes, demanding that we forfeit our freedom incrementally until we cannot breathe the liberty that our forefathers granted us. We fear our government much as the early patriots feared the power of the British colonial government. What are we to do? Wait for Washington to cure its own addiction? Do we continue to enable them passively by playing on the same field of engagement where they have the knowledge of the terrain and the years of experience and the discipline to thwart our every move? Our current choices, do we stay on the same path? Do we continue to push the same political buttons and wait for the great political pumpkin to show up every year? We have invested our precious time and treasure to continue to send the same arrogant, greedy despots to manage our republic. If we continue on this trajectory, we will continue to produce the likes of Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Ed Whitfield, and others, including the whole Democratic Party, except for yours truly. All right. We must take control. We are overregulated. We are overtaxed. We are monitored and intimidated at every step. And now we are in the grips of an aggressive, metastatic presence in our local, in our state, and our federal government. Spending is out of control, and we are asking these teenagers in Washington not to drink out of the liquor cabinet as we let them stay up there unmonitored. And I don't think any of us expect that not to happen if we continue to send the same people there every year. As your representative of the Kentucky District 11 in western Davis County, I will help us change Washington from Davis County and from Henderson County and from our own backyards all the way to Frankfort. I'm asking your support. If you're a Democrat, I need you to vote for me on May the 20th. And if you're a Republican, tell your friends in Stanley and Burke City and Newman and all along that US 60 West corridor to send their support to me financially. I have some envelopes there in the back if you'd like to take them to them. Or tell them to go get a yard sign or to talk to their friends at church, or they can link to my Facebook at Buckmaster for Kentucky District 11. You want to look at the map that I have on there because it's confusing to me when I get across from Reed to where I am. But look at the map and see if you see some family members or some friends that could begin to advocate for me over there. Because, you know, if we don't win in the Democratic primary, we're not going to win this election. If we don't defeat Dr. Watkins in this primary, then we'll continue to have, he's an advocate for gun control. We'll continue to have regulations on our guns. We'll continue to have a weakening of the marriage amendment. We'll continue to have an advocate in that office for Obamacare. And we will continue to have someone who wanted to ban smoking in the whole state of Kentucky. I don't know how you're going to do that. But he had plans for banning smoking at Peak Brothers or somewhere else around there. But, you know, I think this is visions of grandeur. He is also an advocate of abortion. He is the number one reason why we do not pass any laws against abortion in this state. He is on the committee that stops everything from hitting the floor. And if we don't get him out of there, then we'll continue to have children suffering because we didn't do anything. I'm begging you to do something. Even as Republicans or Democrats, I need your support because if we lose the primary, it's going to be status quo. It's not going to happen. Support me, Dr. Buckmaster, and I'll be your advocate for life. I will be your advocate for liberty and for your pursuit of happiness. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come and talk. I appreciate your listening to me, and I'll be back there in the back to talk and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you very much.